Hey, what's up YouTube? Today we're gonna be replacing the torsion bars. When we did the front suspension, as you've seen in the previous videos, we did all the bushings on the control arms, the ball joints, the shocks, the rear leaf springs, the rear shocks, everything basically except the torsion bars. So while doing some research, we ran across SwayAWay. Here they are. We're going to pull them out of the box. Give me a second. So it comes with some instructions and both of these torsion bars. And some stickers as well, but we already took those out. And we're going to be putting the stickers on the camper as soon as we're done with the camper. But for now, we want to install these bars. So they make for other vehicles. I know they make for some Bugs, the Volkswagen Bugs, Toyota, Nissan, Isuzu, Mitsubishi, Mazda, Dodge, and Love. So basically what these are the springs for the front of the truck. Most of the cars that we've owned have coil springs in the front, and I guess this is like some old school stuff, you know, torsion bars. So what they do is the control arm is on one end, and then it has a torsion key on the rear. So when the control arm, you know, goes up and down in motion, this kind of has a twist to it, and then it goes back to its original position. So that's what gives it that spring motion. You can see there's an R and a little arrow. So you have to keep these little caps on until you install them. So you have to make sure that there's a left and a right. So this is the left, has an L, and you guys can see the L and the little arrow, and that one has a right. So these aren't interchangeable, so you have to put the left on the left and the right on the right. Measure your right height so you can have a reference point of the right height once you install these. Drive the vehicle onto a flat surface. Make sure you put the jack stands, lift it up, and all that. Loosen and remove any jam nuts and back off the anchor arm bolts. So the torsion key that's in the back. Make sure you count the turns. I'll show you guys in a bit. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna put the truck on. Oh, actually, let's measure. So right now this pickup has the 2-inch drop spindles from Beltec, and it has 14-inch wheels with 185/60 14 tires. And this is a rough measurement. It's at roughly 23.5. So we want to lower it about another inch once we install the new torsion bars. 1 inch to 1.5 inches. We want the fender to sit like right above the wheel. So measure it one more time just to make sure. So it's roughly 23.5. Now on the driver's side, that's the passenger side. So on the driver's side, we are at 23.75 of an inch. So then we put this truck on jack stands, and then I'll put you guys back on. Okay, so we're under the passenger side, and we have to get to these two nuts that hold the bolt in the torsion thing right here, and we're going to use a 22mm to loosen that up. So the first one is just the jam nut, and then I guess you're gonna have to hold the bottom one as well. So let me go get another 22, break those loose. The top one could come all the way out because we do have to remove this whole thing. If you were just lowering your truck, you could just back it off and then loosen the bolt, and that would turn the torsion bar, which is this right here, and then you'll get the stance that you want. And the reason that we're switching them out is because these are 30+ years old, and after so much flex, I could only imagine that they lost their spring rate. We just finished backing off one nut, and this is the second one right here. So we're gonna start counting the turns. When you put the new torsion bar on, you just go 2/3 of the turns in to install it. So basically, if this takes 12 turns to get the tension off of this piece right here, Well, for the new torsion bar, you're only gonna do 8 turns. So right now I'm gonna start counting, and then we'll go ahead and remove this piece once the tension is off. Alright, so in order to get this torsion bar out, we have to remove this bracket, and it's held on by these two 12mm bolts, and then we'll be able to pull out the torsion bar. That end is just in there, so you could just pull it straight back and it'll come off. That's a control arm, the lower control arm right there. Alright, so this is the bracket. You just slide it back and then it comes off. You can see where the bolts are holding on. And then this slides off. See. Oh, I forgot to remove that boot, but so you slide this boot off, and we're gonna reuse these on the new one, so make sure you hold on to these boots. So then that slides off, and this comes off. We'll just remove the whole torsion bar. But basically right now you could just pull it out. We're gonna go ahead and pull off the other boot in the front like that. Slide it back a little bit. And this should come off like that. So let me put it up on the workbench, and then so these are the torsion bars side by side. These are the SwayAWay, and this is the stock one. So for some reason this one looks skinnier than this. It might be. So next we're gonna have to transfer the boot over here and grease the spline ends on the torsion bars, and install the left market bar. Put the L on the driver's side, and then the right on the passenger side. And if both ends of the torsion bars have the same splines, always put the end stamped with the numbers on the front of the car. So the camera won't focus, but basically this side with the numbers is going to go towards the front end of the car, and then the one with the letter is going to be towards the back of the vehicle, the one that hangs up on the bracket. So what else? So for Toyota models, one index tooth cut out of the spine of each end. These should line up with the corresponding index tooth on the anchor arm. So that would be for the front. So this side, this is the cutout. So that should line up with the arm, with the lower control arm in the front. And that's also the side with the numbers. And then install the anchor arm bolts and nuts, tighten the arm. Okay, so we counted 35 turns. So 2/3 of that would roughly be 20, 21, 22 roughly. So since we want to lower it 1 inch, we're just going to turn it 20 turns. And then we'll get the car off the jack stands. And then, you know, we'll go from there to adjust. And what else? Oh, one thing also that the instructions say, looking on this side, somewhere around here, something about not letting this get damaged, these ends. That's why they come with these little end caps, because it might affect the actual performance of the bar. And also make sure you do not put the left side on the right side and the right side on the left side. They have to go on the right, like the left side has to go on the left side and the right has to go on the right side. So let me go ahead and transfer these boots, grease up the ends, and then we'll go underneath the vehicle again. Okay, a little extra thing that we did was that we made a yellow line right where the cutout is at. And then control arm, we did the same thing. So right where this is at, that's where that other line should meet with this one, just so it could be a little easier for us to install. So we're gonna go ahead and put some of this grease that we have on here, and then we'll slide the front end first, and then we'll work on the back. We got this piece back on, and I think it only goes one way. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the bolt with the wire wheel, and then we'll throw it back on and start doing the turns. So we got some of the grime off of the threads, just so the nuts could run in there a little easier. And throw this back on. Let me go ahead and do this with two hands because it's gonna be a little more difficult with one hand and holding the camera. But basically, you just slide this in. You put this piece up there, and then the first nut, you have to thread it all the way in. Once you have a little tension on this, then that's when you start counting the turns. And one more thing, don't forget to put this bracket back on. So I'm gonna slide this on, and I kind of have some tension on here already, but I'm gonna give it a couple more turns before I start counting. Alright, so now we got 20 turns in on the bolt, and we ran the second nut in, the jam nut, but it's not all the way, like, it's not tight. We're gonna go ahead and do the driver's side next, and then once we have the driver's side in, we'll lower the truck, and then we'll go ahead and adjust the height to where we want it, and then we'll come underneath and then do the jam nut. And also the turns that I did on these torsion bars might be different from your truck, so you have to make sure you count your truck just to make sure, you know, you get an accurate reading of your truck. We just got it off of the jack stands, and this is with 20 turns in after tension. So we're gonna go around the block, see if it settles in a little bit more, and we'll start backing off the bolt to lower it more. Okay, so we went around the block, and the truck is still sitting at 24 inches. So that is, I believe, half an inch taller than what we started with. So we're gonna back up the torsion bars about maybe 5 to 8 turns. We want it to sit at roughly 22 inches off the ground. So, well, the fender to be at 22 inches off of the ground. So we're gonna go ahead and back off both sides, I'd say 8 turns, and then we'll see where we're at. So this is where we're gonna leave it at. It sits at 22 3/8. We're gonna give it a couple of days, maybe a week, to see if the torsion bars settle a bit, and then we will readjust. But for now, I think that's pretty good. Now we're gonna level off the rear, and maybe lower it a little bit more. We're not too sure, but for now, the front sits perfect. We would have a little bit of nosedive with the old torsion bars, and also on sharp turns it will lean a lot, so these should eliminate that, and the nosedive is not there anymore. Basically, is as if you replace the coils on the old car, so it has better handling now. So make sure to follow us on Instagram at YONKE_OXC films. I'll leave that in the description down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.